Just, again, you got to give Oklahoma State credit. Our two biggest issues that's continued to bite us in the rear, and that is, the turnover situation. You just hard to win when you have 23 turnovers and the opponent's having 25 points off of your turnovers. And the second thing is our scoring droughts. We just went into both halves this time, went into major scoring droughts, and we missed some short shots, and that ends up biting you in the butt. So, that's that. But listen, we can't, as I told our guys, no time to, feel sorry for ourselves. We got 4 games before the Christmas break, and we've got to find a way to win games, and we've got to correct it in a hurry. And obviously our point guard play wasn't real good today, and we'll still have to cheat. Someone's got to step up and take the bull by the horns and do great for us in that spot. So that's where it's at. No other, nothing else other than that, as in terms of, what really sticks out. I mean, we had 19 offensive rebounds, but we only get 10 second chance points off those 19 offensive rebounds. It's just hard when you have the scoring droughts that we are going through, plus the turnovers. Those things just bite you in the rear, and we got to play better. So Oklahoma State deserves credit, and we have to play better.
Coach, obviously last game, eight turnovers, and tonight 23. What was the difference that you saw out there? Was it Oklahoma State's defense, or was it more you guys?
Last game, we can't have Kedron with 4 turnovers, Pookie with 2 turnovers, Demanye with 2 turnovers. That's 8 between the 3 guys that played point guard spot. The first play of the game, we had a play, and Hickey pressured Kedron, and he just got himself off balance. So, just those are – we just cannot keep having those type of those issues with those turnovers. They just especially from the point guard spot. I mean, you're going to have some turnovers in the game just because of that's basketball, but it's just a absolute, it's tough when your point guards are having the amount that we're having, and we just got to get better, and we have no option but to get better.
Josh, Markel's mother said that he has a torn ligament. Is that your understanding?
No, he just has a sprained knee, Gary.
Sprain.
Yeah, sprained knee, and he's out until after Christmas. Yeah, so it was just a sprained knee, and it was his left knee, not his right knee. Where his right knee, he tore the ACL, so it was just his left knee. Yeah. Sprained knee, yeah.
Calvin Godfrey didn't seem real happy with getting barking at you.
That's why I didn't go back in the game. So, that's just, and listen, I understand. Guys want to play. He went in, he made him, and Calvin, I love Calvin. He made a mistake. He wants to play more. He was emotional, but, he's emotional like that. He's gonna sit. And I believe the best motivator, is going to be the bench. But that's going to happen through the game. And if he didn't do that, he would have probably got in at some point again because we were in foul trouble with the bigs. But no matter what the situation is, I'm not going to change my principles on what I believe in that stuff.
Coach, you guys had a 19 offensive rebounds, as you mentioned. Why do you think you guys missed so many close shots at the rim?
Unexplainable. We for the last 9 days, all we've done is we've done tough man drills. We've hit them with bags. We've just done everything. Unexplainable. I don't have a. You can't miss them. Not at this level. Obviously you can because we're missing them, but they're backbreakers. And especially for us having a team that right now is struggling with a break you down type of guard or guards to get into the paint to create points, to create baskets by themselves on breakdown offense. Missing those short shots are absolutely backbreakers because we can't afford to miss those type of plays when they're right at the rim and we're a team that has struggled scoring.
Josh, Trayshawn was in here earlier, and he talked about how in practice there's a blue team and a white team, and that sometimes in the games when the lineups are interchanged so much, they're playing with guys that they haven't played with as much in practice. Is that valid, or is that sort of just kind of you guys continuing to search for the right combinations?
You know, Michael, we've the last 9 days after the Stephen F. Austin game, everything we've done is try to be extremely competitive, have just everything just all out competitive. And I thought it worked for the Bradley game. Obviously, it did not work for this game. And it's a step up of competition, obviously. There's no doubt about that. But we're also trying to find, you know, part of the issue with us is there hasn't been a true, we haven't found the point guard yet to you know, run it. And there hasn't been some separation in some areas. So, you know, there's some things like, for example, Avery Woodson plays his butt off, works his butt off, does a great job, plays hard. But, you know, I recruited the guy who was a 47% three-point shooter in junior college, one of the elite three-point shooters. And it's hard when he's 0 for 4, plays 31 minutes and 3 turnovers. Some of his shots are forced because he's trying to get a shot, but it's hard for us to get into an offense on that. So you're just our scoring droughts right now. And again, I'd prefer to play a smaller rotation guys, and I'm going to have to eventually get to that. I know I am. But you're just, when you're in those scoring droughts, you're just trying to find something to get you a spark plug to score. I mean, because it's just, that makes it hard when those scoring droughts and our turnovers especially from our point guard play. And there's so many times where we forced a turnover, which led us to then we turned it back over, which those are same thing, backbreakers. We would get a steal and then we'd come down and turn it right over.
Coach, body language and perception mean a lot. And Shaq is one of you all's leaders, but several times tonight, and I guess other times this season, you all are losing pretty bad, and he's out there laughing and joking. Is that something you feel like you need to address?
That's Shaq. I mean, Shaq is going to, you know, listen, people are going to be, he's not, you can't tell someone to turn something on and off. I mean, he is who he is. He's going to have a smile on his face. The majority of people, you know, what he does in the community and how he is as a young man to people in the community and to youth groups and to, you know, elder groups and what he does. I mean, I get more emails about him stopping somebody along the way to helping him, you know, move furniture or just helping somebody, you know, an act of random kindness. So that's going to be just Shaq. And sometimes it could be defense mechanisms too, you know, because he didn't play well tonight. And he didn't play well tonight, and there's no denying that he didn't play well. And we need him to be better. I mean, we need him and Austin and Shaq, Austin, and Nick need to be elite guys for us. And their roles have changed considering from where they were in the previous, where they were just those guards were the guys. Those 3 guys got to be the guys now, and it's in every, you know, they got to bring it every night. But listen, that's going to be Shaq's a respectful young man. He's yes sir, no sir. He's excellent in school, does great in the community. So I have 0 issues with Shaq Goodwin as in terms of his personality.
Josh, you talked about getting an offensive lift. What have you seen in the 2 games that Iverson has played, and what is the right position for him? Can he handle the ball a little bit more and run an offense?
You know, we might have to look at that if that's our best option. But you know, Damani Cunningham has been really good in practice. Really good in practice. He's been our fastest guard. He's been our best with our pace. And obviously, this was a tough game just to throw him into because of that. But based on practice, he's been really good. But Karan, I thought Karan was active today. Did some good things. He rose up in that first half there on Forte, on that, you know, in one of those actions where he relaxed for a second and Forte came off. But it's like Oklahoma State hits 5 threes. Forte and Hickey hit 5 threes between. Those are backbreakers. And we're sitting there in the halftime. We're 1 of 9. You know, we hit a couple threes late. The game was out of reach by that point. But that's where those things hurt you. You know, when Avery's 0 for 4. I mean, those things hurt you. Those are. We need to make some shots, make some threes, especially from some of our guys that we're counting on to make some threes. But I thought Karan has been active the last two games, you know, and as long as he keeps things simple, he's a good player. When he tries to get, well, no, I just think he's a guy that he can play multiple positions, you know. But again, the issue becomes he's not a break you down type of guard, that's just can break you down. He can make plays. He's a playmaker. So we're just as I was there with our staff, we've got to find something. I mean, because right now our perimeter play has got to be, our guard play has got to be way, way better. Has just got to be way better. And we're going to keep trying to find something until it works.
Is it a good thing that you're playing again on Monday, or would you rather have some?
Yeah, no, we need to play some games and get this thing corrected. Look, here's the thing. I mean, we're 3-4. It's no one's happy with that. At least the last person that's happy with that is myself. No one is more upset about where we're at right now than I am. That being said, I'm also the head coach, the leader of the team, and we can't sit and feel sorry for anybody and ourselves, because nobody is, and we've got to get this thing corrected. Good news is we have 4 games before conference play. The American is an open conference right now. I mean, it's open for anyone's taken. But if we don't play better, it's going to be a long year, and we have to play better. And we've got to show consistency in our play. I mean, we played well versus Bradley, but then we came out today and didn't play well. I mean, we had a couple spurts where we played well in the first half, but other than that, in those droughts, we just didn't play well.
You knew this team was young coming in. You knew you had a lot of guys with very little experience. Did you expect it to start this way at 3-4?
Listen, from our summer practices, and I knew our area of a major weakness was our point guard play. That's why I went out and got Keidron Johnson. The guy was all SEC player. I went out and got him because I understood where our major area of deficiency was. And I love Keidron. He's an unbelievable young man, great kid, great young man. He just, besides the Bradley game, hasn't played well. And whatever it is, he's just, we need him at that. I brought him in here to be at that all SEC level. And do I believe he can get there? Absolutely. And again, I'm an internal optimist, and I believe he can get there, and he will get there in time. But I understood our deficiencies in our summer, and so we went out and got Keidron Johnson, and he just has not been the Keidron Johnson at Vanderbilt when he was an all-SEC guy, when he was at Florida scoring 28, grabbing 28 points, 11 boards, 7 assists, 5 steals. I mean, he just hasn't been that guy. He hasn't done anything for 13 months, and it's just, it's just slowly. It's just going to be a process. I'm just hoping it just at some point it just goes. And I thought it went in Bradley. I really did. And then tonight he just, he wasn't real good. I know he didn't get a lot of time, but he's still got to be better.
Along that line, does there get to a point at the point guard position where you just have to say, we're going to go with this guy, and we're going to let him play through it and give him a couple of games? Or do you keep trying to rotate and search for answers? Yeah,
it's a good question, Eli. I think that's the issue's been that we haven't had a lot of separation, and so I agree, and I just told our staff this. We either just got to say, hey, screw it, we'll just pick a guy. If he has 8 turnovers a game, then we just got to live with it, and it is what it is, and we just got to deal with it. And or there's got to be something of a committee, but there hasn't been separation. That's been the biggest issue. They've all been jumbled. It's just been jumbled. There hasn't been separation, and I'm just trying to find the guy in that spot that can take the bull by the horns and run the team. And my thought process was it was going to be Keidron. Now he started off very poor. Thought he really played well versus Bradley, and today he was a little bit out of it. He didn't play as well as we need. At this level of a game, he's got to be really good. He has to be really good for us to win the game.
Just going down the list here, which of these players that played tonight can you look at? Do you know what you're going to get? Do you trust that I know I'm going to get this from Austin? How many of those do you have?
Well, I think every guy right now, our biggest issue right now, Jason, has been our scoring drought. So our best 2 scorers are Austin and Trayshawn right now. They've been the most consistent scoring-wise. But there's also been some liabilities and some things with them. They've also need to be better. They can be better. I think each guy can bring something, but I do think there's a point and that we're just going to have to say, okay, who's 7, who's 8, and sort of like what Eli said, with his question, it's just, hey, man, we just roll with it, and if we win a bunch of games, let's boom. And if we lose a bunch of games, it is what it is. We're just not that good. But I think we've got some talent. We just got to, it's the hardest thing is the scoring. Not the scoring droughts are absolutely just, are killing us. And it's that and the turnovers. And they just absolutely kill us. They're backbreakers. And then when you have the scoring droughts and missing those short shots, it just bites you in the rear.
Is it possible that that guy that Kedron was is gone? I mean, have you seen it in basketball? You sit out 13 months and maybe a guy doesn't get it back. Is it?
Yeah. Could it? I hope it's not. I believe he's gonna. Like I said, he was really good in his sophomore year at Vanderbilt. He was really good. He just is not the same guy right now. And 13 months of sitting out obviously has taken its toll on him. And but I'm hoping in time he snaps out of it, because if he's back to that level, we're a different club. If he's not to that level, then we just gotta we gotta scrap as many wins as we can get.
Josh, a lot of new guys, a lot of young guys out there. Is communication a problem? We see a lot defensively with lapses, switching players off of the high screen coming around. How is the communication going?
No issue. I got nothing on the defensive end. Our issue is strictly we have major scoring droughts in our turnovers. It's just kicking us in our rear. All 7 games we've played, we've had scoring droughts, including the Bradley game we had in the second half. We couldn't score, and then Trayshawn finally hit a 3. I mean, versus Baylor, we're winning the game, and then 19 minutes and 41 seconds, we score 12 points in the second half. I mean, and we missed a lot of short shots, layups, free throws. So, we can look at anything else. Those 2 areas is our turnovers and our scoring output has been, awful. Okay.